Hi everyone, I'm heidiroro and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be recreating Queen Elsa from Frozen, and if you guys want to recreate this look, then let's get started. First off, I am hydrating my face with the Belif Aqua Balm Mist. This spray is seriously so refreshing and I love it so much. I'm going to be priming my face with the Banila Matte Primer. I'm just getting a pea-size amount and I'm adding it to the areas on my face that I get the most oily. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation in shade 230. I'm heating up the foundation by rubbing it and then applying it to my face. Don't mind this horrendously big pimple. Ugh. Bye! I'm covering it with this full coverage foundation. Let's pounce this in. I'm using the Flower Beauty sponge. I actually really like this sponge. It's just so soft and it blends everything seamlessly. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I'm in shade C7. I'm just adding it to the center of my face, and I'm also adding a little bit more coverage on those pimples as well. I do a little dance, do a little pounce, and I'm good to go. I seriously love this sponge. Now, of course, I'm going to set my face with the Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Queen Elsa is pretty fair, so I'm not going to bronze up my face too much, but I do want to add some definition. So I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer just to contour my cheeks and nose just a little bit. However, her cheeks and nose are very blushed. As you can see in this picture, it's very rosy pink. So I'm just using this BH Cosmetics blush palette, and I'm using these two pinky shades, and I'm really dragging that shade all the way up to my cheekbones. And don't forget to add it to the tip of your nose as well, so it looks like you're very cold. When I look close up to Elsa's face, I do notice that she does have some very light freckles. So I'm just using this Colourpop brow pencil in Honey Blonde, and I'm putting freckles all over my face, and I'm just blending it out with my finger. I want to use an icy highlighter for the Ice Queen herself, so I'm using the Balm's Mary Luminizer on my cheekbones. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Elsa has blue eyes, so I'm wearing blue colored contacts. Now I'm priming my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This is in the shade Enigma, and I love it because it does cancel out any discoloration on my eyes. Now for the fun part, I'm using ABH's Norvina palette. I'm going for this cream shade called Base, and I'm just adding it to the brow bone area just to make it pop. Now I'm going in with this lavender shade called Soul, and I'm just lightly buffing it in to my inner and outer corner, really focusing it and blending it out slowly. When I was looking at her picture, I did notice that her purple smoky eye was a little bit more warmer, and the shadow that we placed in our inner and outer corner was more cool toned. So I'm using this shade called Celestial, and I'm just adding it right over top. I really needed just a little bit more punch, so I'm using this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Dare. I'm just adding it over top the two shades, but what's nice is that because you're layering it, it's really giving that dimension. I'm using this baby pink shade called Love, which is the cutest shade name ever. And I'm just going in circular motions and windshield wiper motions, and I'm just blending everything out so that there's no harsh edges. Really take your time and just carefully blend. This process is going to go back and forth. You're going to blend and then you're going to add. You're going to blend and add. So I'm going back with that Colourpop Super Shock Shadow and just adding it to the inner and outer corner just to really make it pop. I'm using this beautiful shimmery pink shade. This is called Wild Child, and I'm just adding it to the center of my lids to create that halo effect. Clearly, I was loving it. But I just wanted a little bit more, and so I popped on Dreamer, and yes, this is exactly what I wanted. It just has that perfect icy effect that Queen Elsa needs for her halo eye. Yes, girl. I'm going over top that purple shade once again with Celestial, and I'm really just trying to define that inner and outer corner to create that perfect halo eye. Now I'm using two different liners. I'm using the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen to create my cat eye. And I'm using this pencil liner from Makeup Forever, and I'm just adding it to the waterline and lower lash line. Now I'm going back to this lavender shade called Soul, and I'm just buffing it out with this liner shade so everything looks blended. And I'm going back with Celestial right over top that Soul shade, similar to how we did to the top. With a pencil brush, I'm using the shade Dreamer, and I'm popping it to my inner corners. I'm applying mascara and falsies off camera, and I'm using two different lippies. I'm using the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in Frickin' Frack in the center of my lips, and I'm blending out Revlon's Matte Color Balm in Fiery, and I'm blending everything out with my fingers just to smooth everything out. I'm finishing it off with Morphe's Continuous Setting Mist. I absolutely love this setting mist, and as you can see, I'm wearing my Olaf sweater, and ta-da! I magically became Elsa. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment down below on what you'd like to see next, and please subscribe so you join the family. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Happy Halloween!